Hey, look, it's 23rd. Is everybody good? Boy, I said, is everybody good? Look, so today, we got us another Buy Me Coffee request, man, from Eric. Eric, thank you. You won this right here. We got Tom MacDonald. It's called Auntie. As you know, I've done a lot of Tom MacDonald videos because it brings up great conversations, and I love hearing different perspectives. He's clearly not your typical thinker, which I appreciate, right? But let's get into it. Like button, sub button. Let's rock.
They a bunch of Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't left and right no more, cause now it's good and evil. They used to call it a conspiracy, but now it's real. We seen the files and the facts, don't care how you feel. They having pizza parties and that means they eating people. This might wake them up, QAnon didn't make it up. Missing kids got flown to Jeffrey's Island by who paid enough. The rich and famous, the young eat human flesh, it ain't for fun, it's ancient.
So, okay. He's getting into a topic, which I would love to talk about. So the Jeffrey Epstein situation is real. Like, we know this, right? We know how weird the industry is, Hollywood, whatever. We know it's weird. We know it's full of pedos. We know it's some weird shit that goes on. I'm born and raised in LA, and I hear about it. I've been hearing about it since I was a kid, right? And we knew about the auditions. We knew about the Diddy parties. I knew about Diddy parties when I was in middle school. When I was in 6th grade, people was talking about Diddy parties. I'm in my late 30s. I'm almost 40 in this hoe. So I've been hearing about this for years. Diddy's been having these parties. Like, it's been rumored for years, right? So, I mean, I'm not, and I appreciate him standing firm on his beliefs. I understand that. And a lot of these artists are afraid to make their position and stake their claim in what they believe in. So I always respect Tom for being honorable, and no matter what backlash he may get, right? He might always just another white rapper who's talking this, who's trying to start a conversation. Who's trying to just, you know, talk about a hot topic. It's bigger than that, right? Like we should be discussing these type of situations. Like, the ones who are in these documents should be questioned to its fullest extent. If you're in there, y'all should get questioned. Every single one. I don't give a damn who it is. It could be the butler, right? You should be questioned. Your involvement should be questioned. You went to the island. Anybody who went to the island should be questioned. What was you doing there? You saw the kids as they look younger than usual, right? Did they look younger than usual, right? I hope they get questioned. I hope a lot of them get put in jail, all right? Anyway, salute to Tom for this. Not bad.
Ritual sucking adrenochrome from baby's blood. They call us crazy, but they should be behind bars. They call us liars because they don't want to get charged. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in their hearts they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They are Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. It ain't a culture war no more, the real fight is started. We've been up against each other, but now we the targets. It's the rappers, it's the actors, the elites in charge. It's kings and queens, they all bowing to the prince of darkness. Things ain't getting better, they run the world with rich investors. The cult came from Egyptian deserts, now they cannibals in Gucci sweaters. Using AI to fuel agendas, control the news, the truth, the weather. Now we're ruled by a group of dudes who are all satanic child molesters. They call us crazy, but they should be behind.
Now, look, I do believe the world is ruled by some weird shit, right? Cults, and it's like a secret society. I'm with you. I've always felt that way. And of course, this goes back for a while. I used to be an extreme conspiracy theorist back in my day. Not as much anymore. I mean, the truth is out there now. It's a lot easy to get to. It's a lot easier to get to the information, and the truth is out there. Like, there's a lot of the things he's saying. It's the truth. we know that there's weird shit going on behind the scenes. We know that a lot of people worship Satan. Like, we know these things, right? It comes to a point to where, like, even during interviews, like, people used to say, "Thank God for this, thank God for that." They don't even thank God anymore when they win awards. Like, so shit like you know what I mean? So it's strange. It's strange seeing it. I've always when I watch interviews, I notice they don't bring up religion. They try not to because they don't want to burn any bridges or whatever other alliances they may have. Religion doesn't get talked about. What their beliefs are, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in this or if you're against that, they try to stay in this little playbook so they won't get canceled or they don't lose any fans or they don't lose money, right? So you kind of stay in this little straight, narrow line, and we don't really get the full version of who you really are. This is why being a celebrity has its pros and the cons, because you got to you got to be in the playbook, right? Like, you can't say you're against gay marriage or you're against trans playing in women's sports. You can't say these things because you're going to get bashed for it, and you know a group is going to come after you. The LBG plus tax community going to come after you hardcore, right? You say you don't like certain animals, then you got PETA coming after you saying, why don't you like a raccoon? You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that you can't say. And right, so Tom, him not being signed to a label, him having his freedom of speech, him having his own community, he don't really have to abide by those rules. He can freely speak and say whatever he wants. If other artists did this, it'd be, I wish we did, right? We get the truth, and like, you never feel like Tom was holding anything back. So that's what I respect about him, man, because I know it's artists out there who be holding shit back, who really wish they could say what they want. They usually say it once their career is over, like 25 years later, like, yeah, I can't stand this shit, right? But not in the prime, because they don't want to mess up that motion. So yeah, for the money, people, you know, not people are, when it comes to money, they don't want to fucking
bars. They call us liars cause they don't wanna get charged. They call us conspiracy theorists, but in their hearts they know all the names they call us ain't as bad as what they are. They are Satanists, criminals, murderers and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They anti-Christ. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ.
Not bad at all. Tom, not bad. Top to Tom, not bad, man. Like I said, man, not bad from Tom. I appreciate Tom, bro. You know what he's bringing to the table. You know he's gonna make you think. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna put out a record or two. Every record he puts out, you know it's just not gonna be some bullshit. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, because it's so easy to make fluff music. I call it fluff music, to where it's just the same digestible shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know it's gonna work because it's just the average consumer's mind. It's the mindset, right? But if you talk about that money, clothes, and hoes, especially in rapping, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's no substance, but you'll be fine, right? Like, you'll make it somewhere. You'll be okay. But until when, though, right? Then you gotta sacrifice your integrity, and then you gotta make music that don't really feed your soul. And that's another problem. Like, a lot of rappers wish they could make different type of music, or any just artists in general. They wish they could, but they're afraid of switching up on their community and not getting the support that they feel like they deserve. But if you just, like, this is why I respect rappers like Kendrick Lamar. His first album was Good Kid, Mad City, and then the second album was The Pimp a Butterfly. It was a complete left, complete left. But even though a lot of people was like, nah, like, we want that first album, the second album still was impactful, but he took that risk. Even Kanye West, weird ass Kanye West, he made 808s and Heartbreaks. Remember that? It was like damn near an R&B album full of auto-tune. He still put it out, even though people was like, we don't want to hear all auto-tune. He still put it. And later today, like, Pimp a Butterfly is considered a classic amongst a lot of hip-hop heads. 808s and Heartbreaks is one of my favorite Kanye West albums. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to go out there and take that risk, regardless of anybody and what they think and their opinion. It's what you want to do. Anyway, like, button, sub, but I'll see y'all boys soon, man. Salute the time. That wasn't bad at all. Gangster, Majesty,